This video highlights the changes we have made to MoversSuite at version 2017 R22. We have updated the customer selector throughout the application to work faster for you. Now, when you go to choose a customer, such as here on the Billing Information tab, you can simply begin typing the first characters of the customer's name or number. After you have entered 4 characters, the application produces a list of matching records. Up to 50 records can display at a time. The application only returns records that start with what you enter. So, if you enter 1000, only records that have a customer name or number starting with 1000 show up in the list. If you wish to search for something anywhere within the customer name or the customer number fields, then you can use a percentage character. This is a wildcard that instructs the application to skip any characters up to what you type into the field. For example, if you wish to locate a customer number that has 123 anywhere in it, then you enter the percentage character followed by 123. Again, up to 50 records that include 123 somewhere in the name or number return to the selector. Once you see the record you want, you can click on it and set it as the customer. You can also navigate through the list using the up and down arrow keys and then press enter. Another new feature added to the customer selector is a history of your most recently selected customer records. If you click on the down arrow button, a list of previously selected customer records appears. Up to 50 of your last selected customers show up in this list, with the most recent appearing at the top of the list. You can also click in the customer field and then scroll through the history using up and down arrow keys as well. The application keeps a separate history for each module you access. So, if you access revenue entry and AR credit and collections, then the customer history stored for you will be different between the 2 modules. There's also an advanced customer find available to you through this button. This is not a new feature but has been updated for this release. The customer find now allows you to search by city and/or state in addition to the customer name and number fields previously available. With the improved find, you enter values into one or more of these fields and press search. For example, if you wish to find all customers with 234 somewhere in their number and are located in California, then enter the percentage character followed by 234 in the customer number field. Enter CA for the state and then press search. Highlight the record you want and press OK. These changes affect just about every customer selector in the application. More improvements related to the customer selector are scheduled for an upcoming release. When importing revenue associated to local services requests, you now see all revenue associated to a segment. On the Import Actual screen, along with seeing revenue associated to the order you are on, you can also reference the services associated to any partial, overflow, or set-off segments that may exist. The P, O, and S columns have been added so you can reference the correct segments. You can also reference the segment information when adding revenue items as well. On the Add Revenue Item screen, the Work Ticket selector now includes the segment information. On a related change, the ability to commission local crew and drivers is now limited to those assigned to the work ticket linked to the revenue item. Therefore, to commission these employees, they must be on the work ticket set on the revenue item through the work ticket selector. When adding commissions manually, you can identify local crew and drivers by viewing their role as it displays in the drop-down selector. If auto-commissioning is in effect, then these employees are treated as other personnel on the order, such as your salespeople and surveyors. 2 of the benefits we feel come with this change is that it assists in ensuring that you only commission crew and drivers that are specifically linked to revenue for the actual service they were a part of. Plus, this reduces the number of commissionable people that show when adding commissions manually or that are processed when auto-commissioning, which in turn reduces the amount of processing time overall. A couple of new features have been added to the invoicing screen. The purchase order setting is now available. By default, this field displays the PO number set for the order. You can, however, clear this field or type in a different number altogether. The change you make to this setting only affects the invoice you are creating. It does not affect or update what is set on the order or what displays on other invoices. The purchase order number displays on the standard invoices provided by MoversSuite. The second feature added to this screen is the Refresh Order Data button. This feature allows you to update the draft invoice you have open with any changes made that affect the invoice, such as a shipper name change or address correction. For example, if you run a preview of the invoice and discover that the address is incorrect, you can save the invoice to a draft, make the change to the order, open the draft and press Refresh Order Data to update the invoice. A subsequent preview of the invoice should contain all the corrections made. The mobile phone number is now available for account profile contacts. You can set the number when adding or updating contacts through the account profile setup. You can also set it when adding a new contact on an office and industrial order. The number can be referenced by editing this contact record. And you can reference it through the Contacts Data grid within the Account Profile tab. When making advances to crew and drivers on an office and industrial move, the application references the estimate amount to determine the maximum that can be advanced. For advances on moves originating from other modules, the advance amount is still based on the discounted line haul. The estimate amount is located on the Billing Information tab. Refer to the advance limit within the online help to learn more about the calculations that factor into advances. 19 additional office and industrial bookmarks are available to you through our letter management system. The new bookmarks allow you to display the origin, destination, and other locations of an O&I move on your letters and email messages. All the information highlighted within the order location dialog is available to you through bookmarks. Data displays for the destination location, the origin location, and for any other locations that you may have on the order. When adding the bookmarks, you can find these new bookmarks under the Office and Industrial group. You can now utilize the Orders Not Billed report to view Office and Industrial orders. The date type selector within this report allows you to select orders based on a job start or job end date. The date entered is compared with the date set on the Job Information tab of an O&I order. The generated report also displays each of these dates in the report itself. Within the Shipping Information tab of an International Orders record, the Customs Inspection Reports option is now available to you. Use this new screen to manage multiple inspection reports for the shipment. From the Customs Inspection Reports screen, you can add, edit, and delete inspection information records. On previous releases, you only had the capability to manage a single inspection report for the order. Now, you can enter and manage as many as needed. Recently, we required that the password for any new user be 6 characters in length. Now, this requirement extends to all existing users as well. So if a password needs to be changed, then it must be 6 characters or longer. Of note, the password can be up to 32 characters long. When you upgrade your database server to Microsoft SQL Server 2016, MoversSuite requires that all users update their passwords. This is to accommodate improved encryption hashing on passwords available within the SQL Server for version 2016. If you upgrade to this version of SQL and load MoversSuite 2017 R22 or a later version and attempt to log into MoversSuite, you will receive a change password request. You can simply enter in your new password and it is stored under the new password hashing rules. Each user that logs into MoversSuite will be required to change their password. If you load this release and operate on SQL Server 2012 or 2014, then you and other users will not be prompted to change your password. Additional changes have been made to this release, so please refer to the online help at version 2017 R22 for more information. Thank you.